Deal or no deal? Let's see what's going on. This guy P keeps saying his shit is acting funky. Uh, uh, yes, yes. Welcome to the Booster Take Show. I'm your guy, Beefy McFly. It's dinner time. And just smash down a little milly real clicky. You know what I'm saying? And discuss some of this shit that I think is really messed up that's going on. Kind of, my feelings is hurt and I'm mad at the 49ers. So I hope y'all got a good plan. Because the shit that y'all got going on, y'all done got rid of everybody you released. Yusuke, traded Debo, Jalen Moore, Javarius Ward, released Hufunga. What the hell are y'all doing? So we start from scratch. Purdy good, but Purdy's not a Josh Allen. Hopefully, I'll be eating these words later. But bros, 40-something million. Man, I think we getting a little bit beside ourselves. And if we got to get rid of that many players for that, now some of them cats was hurt. I will say that's true. But what's the deal with McCaffrey? I hope you ain't gonna try to run him into the ground, thinking McCaffrey's gonna be doing all great at the beginning of the season. You know, I I don't know, man. You guys, I have really just the slightest idea what are they doing. I just don't know. Um, was it totally not proper etiquette to be doing a bong pass? Wow, easy. Oh, you know. Oh, he just lost $2.5 million case. What the banker gonna do now? Streaming deal or no deal island. Nice concept. Always wanted to go on the original deal or no deal. But this concept a little bit different, but it's the same, but it's different. Now, let's get back on these Niners because who we got now? I think we got 12 picks in the draft. So are we gonna go 6 for 12, 50-50? Who knows? Mm-mm-mm. This man got two cases to choose between $250 or one got 2 million. So he got the $2 million case. He got a deal going for $999,999. And he took the deal. You know, is this a good deal or just a bad deal? Let's see what's about to happen. Final case at 7,624,000. Is this a good or a bad deal? He got case number 7.
was sweating. I looked him in the eye. I shook his hand. Man to man, we made a deal, but I don't trust anybody. And I hate having my fate in someone else's hands.
What was about to happen?
David, it is time.
Detention.
Ready? Open your case.
Open the case. What does case number 7 have? Did he make a good or did he make a bad deal? And it's open. Oh, it was a good deal. Well, for those that might be wondering, what am I eating? I'm out of Wiener's Kitchen. A Lady McFly. Ground turkey tacos with all the fixings. Except for the avocado. You seen the avocado? You didn't see the avocado?
No. Dixon and Dr. Will.
Oh. You want to admit anything before this?
Just admit that you suck.
Okay. Oh.
Very spicy.
Who are you choosing to be eliminated from the temple tonight?
Who's getting eliminated?
Dixon or Dr. Will?
Oof, man. So, I did make a deal with Dr. Will today.
Uh-oh. What? Oh.
But when you won that $5 million case, Dixon, you employed a $5 million bodyguard. Sorry, brother, you're done.
Got rid of Will, huh? Well, they got rid of Will. Folks. The family. See, y'all played yourself. That's a sad moment. You guys out there putting your trust in other people. That's what happens. But this is what I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna say this shit to be brutally honest. My Niner fans, we ain't making the playoffs. I would love to be proved wrong and go back and have to eat the words that are coming out of my mouth. But with the shit that we've been doing, and who is we doing to? Brandon Ayuk off an injury. There's a knee injury. Okay. We got Ricky took one to the chest, Pearsall. You know, he tough. He came out there. He was handling. We got 2 bad ankles on McCaffrey, who got tendonitis in the Achilles.
Deal or no deal on.
So what is he gonna be? We better hope Trent Williams don't decide to retire. Because if we lose Trent Williams, that's our offensive line. I know. I'm gonna stop talking about these Niners. Let's talk about what's going good. Them 12-2 Warriors since Jimmy Butler been around. Yeah. They've been looking good. Curry was good and fresh. And I'm liking that Quentin Post dude and Guy Santos. They kind of tall. They wiry. They move around. They're not just standing and look. They hungry. They attacking the basket, attacking the rebounds. Gary Payton last game, he had a career high of 29. I guess he heard to Tycoon talking shit about him. Inspired him, put a little something in his gumption, you know. But that's what's going on. Lakers, y'all was looking good. Now LeBron done got hurt. He done pulled the groin. Gonna be down for 2 weeks. think that's 7 games y'all gonna have to play without him. What is you Lakers gonna do?
I'm in a tough spot because the numbers are not on my side right now. It sucks.
How are y'all with Luka? Is Luka gonna go back to Dallas playing like he was playing with Dallas? Because it's all on him. He's gonna work with his new teammates because you know.
So I am thrilled that Will is out of game and to have
Let's see what they're gonna have to do.
he's running this thing all the way to the end.
We're just gonna figure this shit out. Now the next episode of Deal or No Deal so far, we have we have these the family, David, Poverty, and what's dude's name? I forgot what his name is, but he's Carter in there, and he won the best case. He had a $5 million case, so he been handling. When it came down to it, they thought he's a weak link because he's the little nerdy dude.
And maybe the flirting game isn't all fake, but at the same time, like I'm gonna keep.
Oh, he trying to flirt. He trying to mac Asian Urkel. I feel him. What's his name though? He just tried to flirt and he got shot down. Well, at least he tried. You know.
I'm not very
We got
about what I'm thinking, but when I talk to you,
his name is very interesting. And these tacos is smacking. I have to give Wiener's Kitchen a pretty high mark. Now, I'll see if she deserves a tip and what kind of tip she gets.
A blunt. So tell me what you're mad about.
No,
I understand that
no.
the game is intense.
That's it, desire too.
The moment in which
You want to put on
have to go
life
after Will
can get real nitty.
because he is those boys that
Man,
are doing most
when people have to prepare for Nillington
it was low and it was
and don't make excuses for the things that's going wrong for you. But get back and I'm going to talk some more about these Warriors. I like him. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen when Kuminga come back in. So you're going to have Kuminga, Curry, Butler, Porzingis, Guy Santos, Quentin Post, Looney. That's some good size there. And they playing some good defense. They are spunky. Them young cats out there playing hard. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she went low, and for that, I will never.
Now,
I'm a person with intent.
Moody
And at the end of the day,
and Gary Payton Jr.
I hope
You
that
know,
this can be a point of reflection for so many people that look up to you.
Gary Payton Jr. with that confused look on his face half the time when he out there like, oh, did I do that? Did I really do that? He be looking crazy. He was showing his ass. Hey, he was handling that shit. Well, it's a creeper Knievel's criticism. But he ran with it. I mean, Tycoon. What was it? Cuba Knievel, he's a Laker fan. I don't understand how that even happens. You know. Can't do that. Can't be a LA Laker fan. But like my guy Chuka, got from the show. This dude is a Dallas and a Dodger fan. May he rest in peace. It's gonna be a service for him tomorrow in the rain. Gotta go to a funeral in the rain. Oh, well, running to the guys. See a few I haven't seen in a minute since Bald Head funeral. It's gonna be quite interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, we in the kitchen's pretty smacking right now.
All the time. That's right now. You already know.
I think I need me a shot. Excuse me, that's very rude of me. Um, but now, oh man, woo, woo. That was serious right there, people. No. Oh, I see. I still don't understand why the fuck the 49ers are doing what they're doing. I can't get over it. Because I just been looking and seeing shit and seeing, just like, no, this is crazy. You don't do this. Wait, oh. They had.
That's what you guys decide. We need one more person. I'm probably not as athletic as you guys, so if you guys do go Go Dixon. I'm doing Dixon too. All right. Here you go, guys. Make it back inside. You got it. Dixon was the only one that stood up for me, and what he was saying made sense. So I don't trust David. I don't trust Barbie. I trust Dixon and Philip.
I don't understand what is going on. They are getting real personal on this.
No, Dixon. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that, Dixon.
It's a real Millie situation. Y'all sitting here playing for millions. It's a group thing, but at the end of the day, only one person get that multiple million. So you got to do what you got to do. Same the team. Same like football. And what are y'all doing, Niners? What the hell are y'all doing, man? You getting rid of everybody? Y'all getting rid of everybody. So we rebuilding? What we doing? So we ain't gonna make we going for second place? Because the Rams done got Devontae, they re-signed Stafford, they looking real illy, and we looking nilly. What are we doing? Oh, excuse me. That's what's happening. Y'all giving me indigestion. Because this is not cool. Y'all Niners not supposed to be doing shit like this. What are you doing? It's all right though. I'm gonna take it easy.
I mean, it's worrisome.
I'm gonna keep my calm because yeah, I'm very frustrated with the shit that I've been seeing on the television and what I have been reading on the internet, on the interwebs from these sources. Cause what are y'all fucking thinking? You getting rid of the whole damn team in 3 days? done got rid of everybody. Not one player, not two. Y'all, I think, have gotten rid of or traded 11 players. From Debo Samuels all the way down to use. Y'all got rid of Jalen Moore. Creep Knievel's in the building. Hey, how's it going, man? I'm frustrated right now. I'm ranting and I'm venting about what the hell the 49ers are doing, bro. Because I don't get it. You know, it's really befuddling to me, you know.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna start off by saying how you doing, brother. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little lightweight wounded right now, but I'm a push through. But yeah, I'm with you too, man. I don't understand what the fuck the Niners are doing, especially especially getting rid of Juice Chat. Come on, man. You get rid of him, got rid of Greenlaw. Now a couple of the players I may can understand because of reoccurring injuries and they just can't get healthy. But I don't understand what the fuck they are doing, man, unless it's something in that front office that I don't know about. They got some type of diabolical plan. I don't know. But my question is, you get rid of all these players. You get rid of everybody, damn near everybody that participated in the Super Bowl, but you keep Jake Moody. I don't understand it. He should have been on the top of that list.
Look, some of the people have been was injured last season. I get that. And, you know, Cat's been injured the last couple of seasons. But everybody, everybody. So, all I have to say is I don't think we're going to playoffs this season unless we just hit on these rookies. Unless we hit on these rookies. If we don't hit on these rookies, we going to draft. We got 12 picks. So if we hit out of 6 of them picks and power positions, what, we going to get another receiver? Because like I was just asking the people. Are you coming back from a fucking injury? Then Jawan Jennings, okay, he stepped up. He stepped his ass up like a motherfucker last year. And then we got the young Wookie, dude who got took one in the chest.
Ricky Pearsall.
And we got Ricky Pearsall. But and then my other thing is we gonna try to run McCaffrey back down in the ground. The man is just coming from a fucking he's just coming off of damn what's the majiggle?
What was it, a knee injury? ACL?
Achilles, double Achilles.
Achilles. Oh.
Double with tendonitis in there that he had to go to Germany for. The man he played in 2 games, I think, maybe 3 last season. So come on, man. What
And
the
I
fuck
feel
are we
like they
thinking
brought
of?
him back. They brought him back too early too. Yeah, ask me.
Yeah, they brought him back way too early. Way too early. The shit they was doing, they shouldn't have fucking did this shit. And then Shanahan when he come back, he just wanna use them all up and run them like he's a fucking like he been playing all season. This shit it's a lot of bullshit. A lot of bullshit. I call bullshit.
I'm
Pisses
not.
me off.
I'm not even. I'm damn near not even looking forward to this season.
This fucking
I'm,
pisses me off, man. It pisses me off.
yeah. Chaps at my ass.
Just shit.
You feel me?
You know. And also, before you came on, I also was talking about the Warriors. I know you don't care about them because Like I was telling people, I don't understand how you're a Laker fan. Your Lakers is doing cool, but LeBron went down with a groin injury, and Luca couldn't hold it up the other night by itself. So, um, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I didn't get a chance to really see it, but I did see that he got a groin injury. Did they say he was going to be out for like 1 to 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks to
Uh,
say about 7 games.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, ain't no sweat on my brow about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll be all right. But you know, we still got a lot of basketball to go. Well, not that much, but we got enough. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think my team gonna be all right. And one thing about me is I want to avoid that dumbass playing shit at all costs.
Well, I feel. I mean, I say like this: your guys, your team, y'all team is gonna
What's up?
be. It's gonna be a good. It should. Y'all should still do cool. It's gonna show what Luca about because he gotta, he got to step up and run the team himself right now because LeBron, as they say, he's going to be down for at least 7 games. Now, my thing, me being a Warrior fan and being biased, I'm hoping y'all go 2-5 because if y'all go 2-5, y'all going 2-5. Hey, what's happening with the tycoon? Welcome, welcome, welcome in.
What's
Uh,
up with you?
What's
And
up?
if
What's
y'all
up?
go 2-5 and we Warriors keep kicking ass with this Jimmy Butler, we could probably leap, have y'all come down, and we could go at it in the first round, 4-5, because we in six. But I would like for us to get to four, so we can at least have a home court advantage in the first round. But they out there, they're looking like some real performing. Them young cats, dude named Quentin Post. He's out there looking tall and he's playing real well. They're energetic. They're all over the floor. They're hitting threes. They're coming into the post. They getting dirty. They getting grimy with it. They acting like they playing TL basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's how they out there playing. They got this dude named Gee Santos. My boy out there from Brazil, first ever Brazilian player, and he out there balling. He like 6'8", 6'9", tall as hell, curly ass hair just bouncing all up and down the court. Young cat handling. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking what they seeing. And then as I was telling the people that Gary Payton II must have heard the show because he showed his ass the other day. He scored his career high with 29. You know what I'm
He better
saying?
do something.
So Tycoon.
I'm just saying, man. We did a lot of money been spent on him, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's, I mean, I know injuries happen, but at the same time, you got to show us that you worth the money.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. So as I'm saying, man, I'm just I'm satisfied with the way the NBA season going for the Warriors since they made that trade. I discussed it with the 49ers because I don't know what the fuck are we doing in the front office getting rid of 11 players.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But well, I mean, is it? You got to understand. I mean, but is it that or like the Debo situation? I feel different about that. I feel after the previous season, I mean, he was the guy. You know what I mean? Um, But at the end of that season too, I mean, it wasn't just him. I mean, of course, we got it was Ayuk and excuse me. I don't know why I just forgot his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the receiver.
Jennings,
Huh?
Jennings,
No.
the one, bullet to the chest, Pearsall.
No, what's the guy name?
The other
Um
one, Ayuk. We had Ayuk and Debo. Kittle.
yeah, there you go. But what I'm saying is like they all played parts. And so like even, after when Ayuk was like, hey, they getting paid, I want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like it made
Yeah,
sense. But then, like you said, some of the business moves that was made afterwards, and some of it, like how you saying, I mean, whether it's you want to say that it's the staff, the ownership, but I feel like some of them started to get like bougie for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They started like worried about each other's pockets. And I'm saying they were all, don't get me wrong, they were all doing their part, but at certain points, it just seemed like, okay, at first, of course, like you said, Samuels and them was the first ones to get the big contracts. Then everybody else was like, hey, I'm contributing. Where's my money? You know what I'm saying? And
hey,
with but and was nothing wrong with that because then you turn around like sitting there Samuels was injured. You know what I mean? So this was like all that went out the window. And now, as soon as the season was over, oh, I want to get traded. Like, where's
yeah,
your hunger? Where's
yeah.
your
That's that.
loyalty?
Well, I'm really not tripping too much off the Debo situation because it when I bet on players, so
Uh-huh.
I had to do a deep dive into stats. Y'all want to hear a little known fact? Debo only had 1,000 yard season.
He only had one 1,000 yard season.
And
One
what season
one.
was that?
That was the season they almost went to the Super Bowl when Purdy got what I'm saying that year when Purdy first came in.
Okay.
When they was doing all the tricks and the gadget. And it wasn't 1,000 receiving yards. That was combined with the rushing yards.
Right.
So, you know,
You wasn't even worth
he,
the money.
he's a good gadget player. He's a good gadget player and everything. So, I mean, I see, and plus cats getting older, and then you had the nerve to be complaining about shit during the season and you wasn't producing.
Right. That's what
Purdy
I
needed
meant.
help. Purdy needed help. Jawan Jennings outperformed his contract. He deserved that little extension he just got. He got a
Right.
2 or 3 year for 30 million somewhere around there. I know 30 million ain't shit in the NFL, but hey, I wish I could get a $30 million contract. Sign me up.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna ask this question one more time, man. Out of all the players we got rid of, why the fuck are we keeping Jake Moody? That's all I want to know. Why the fuck are we keeping him?
Hey man, don't hate on Moody, man. Moody's
I
pretty
can't
good.
help it. He sucks.
No, Moody's
Shit,
Moody's pretty good. He don't suck, man.
man, Moody makes me moody. You feel me? He makes
Oh,
me
man.
moody. Dude, I've never hated a kicker as much as I hate Moody.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
one
and
thing I would say, I don't never want to see Moody attempt to make a tackle again because that's how he got injured trying to tackle. When he had bad footwork, bad footwork.
right. But
I
that's
won't.
kind of what I meant when I was saying like now on that side, I kind of feel that the organization is responsible because I think that on one side they got to put their foot down. That's what I meant about artists and I mean, athletes and being bougie because it's like, well, You got these athletes that's demanding, certain amount of money, but they not really, what I'm saying, producing. And then it's like, well, maybe you need to be looking towards, what I mean, developing other positions. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I'm trying to remember, I forgot the boy's name that just won them the Super Bowl. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, of course, you develop players, but along the lines, it's like, okay, that money that could be going towards that or towards finding, that talent in some of those other areas, you're not tripping off of it because, the way the offense is ran and you got all these, high profile players, quote unquote, you know what I mean? But like you said, is to overall have, to make it complete. You know what I mean? Like you need all moving parts and all actively moving parts. So that's just what I'm thinking. Like, because like we said, he got injured and then what? What happened here? He gone?
I don't know what's going on with the technical difficulty going on right now.
Right.
But I don't know if he gonna come out. I don't know what's going on right now. But like, it was funny. Y'all was like, he was like, when y'all was like, man, I don't want to see Jake Moody make no type of tackle no more. I want to see him make a tackle. I want to see it. Yeah, get it one way or another. Get him up out of there, man. Get him up out of there.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. You could tell that like he wasn't. You know, I remember I was watching that when that happened, but he looked out of place. He wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he was trying to make up for what he was doing, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. Is like somebody, you know, and even then, I mean, that wasn't. It was on him, but it wasn't on him. You know, like I said, he was at least trying to step up and do his part. And I feel that in some of those other, we wouldn't have. Some of those games and stuff would have had different turnouts. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother conversation too. But moving forward, I mean, like you said, you got to look at overall the players, and the players got to want to play. You know what I mean? Like, what was old boy name that walked off?
What was his name, dude? I
All
know
right,
you
I'm
talking
back.
about. I know you talking
Look,
about. That was a sucker move he did too.
Yeah,
who?
because
You
I
feel me?
mean, right after that, they was like, he's no longer a part of the team. But that's what I mean. It's like that kind of stuff. Like,
Oh,
what?
Denard Green, Denard something Denard that I know the dude who quit. Damn it! Hold
Yeah, but
on. Yeah.
yeah, you probably look it up real quick. But I'm just saying, like, that kind of stuff. That like, where's your you don't have no hustle, no team. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have you definitely not hungry. And if you was that quick to walk away like that, then how many other, plays, how many other games did you just half ass it? You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. So I mean it's like they gotta get a lot of that situated. And I know, out here. I mean, especially too with the reputation. I mean, as far as that the Niners have and the history of that that franchise, you know, it is a lot to live up to.
Yeah, that
But
that
at the
guy
same
name was
time,
Devondre Campbell, the quitter.
yeah, okay.
And then his
But
his
The
comments
quitter
was
Campbell.
his comments was he done made enough money in the NFL. He's rich and his family is took care of. He ain't got to worry about it. So fuck football.
you see what he just said? That's what I was talking about when I said as far as, again, they playing for and of course the Niner is one of the top franchises in the
And
NFL.
and he
So
felt disrespected. He felt disrespected when the 49ers, the coaching staff told him that he was going to be being benched for Greenlaw coming back for injury. And he said he told them, when they interviewed him from the free agency, that I'm not doing this because I have to. I'm doing this for the money. So if y'all don't play me, I'm not playing. I'm not coming out there for that. So he claims that he told them if they took him out the game, he was gone. That's his words.
But again, that's what I'm saying. And as far as we're talking about, this is a sport. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I mean, we can respect that if you raw. You got to be a certain caliber to, you know what I mean,
And he was
to talk like
trash.
that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, shout out to Marshawn. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? Like, it's a few players that, and even then, if you're gonna talk that way, or if you're gonna have a certain personality about you, because it's not necessarily being cocky. I mean, AI was the same way in the NBA. You know what I mean? But you got to produce, and that's what I was trying to say about Debo. I just felt
Yeah.
like he wasn't producing. He wasn't producing. He got injured. You know what I mean? And like you wasn't even playing. So how you going? Oh, I want to trade. Like, come on, man. And what was that
And,
based off of?
and
And the
then
way you was dressing,
I
look,
got
the
some.
way half of them was dressing coming to the games, it didn't look like they were serious anyway. Let's just be honest. Okay, niggas wear Ugg
Well,
boots and fur. What you
Yeah,
say?
ever since Debo started wearing a man purse and the leather shorts and the tight leather jackets, his game has fell off, man. His game
That's
fell the fuck off, man.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like I think, in all honesty, and again, I don't, I'm not in the room to know what's going on with some of those conversations, but I mean, what's the name? Was it McCaffrey? That was
McCaffrey, well,
that held down at the beginning of the season to get, you know what I mean, to get the money that he remember
man,
when he did that
McCaffrey,
season, huh?
McCaffrey. I don't know how he gonna come back from two Achilles
Right.
tendonitis.
No, I understand.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
get
saying
it.
now.
Y'all depending on him to run the whole team all on him. What the
That's
cream?
but
You
that's
go ahead.
but that's what I meant earlier though when I was trying to say like, as far as they do have to take some responsibility as far as the front office because it's like, okay, y'all taking all this money and putting on some of these dudes, you know what I mean, that ain't really producing. And then in the areas, like you said, like him, now he held out for the money, but he was producing. Like you said, injuries, everything. I mean, basically, each season, the whole NFL is going at it. You know what I mean? So it was different points in times where he was carrying us through certain stuff. So, like you said, he's got all these injuries because he's been beat the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Is he can't take, like you said, he can't take it all on by himself. And same thing with like Brock Purdy. Um, Now with him, I look at it different. I know he's a young quarterback. I see the potential, and I can see where they saw potential in him. It's just about him getting, like I said, the right team around him. You know what I mean, and the potential of things to happen.
well,
But like you were saying, when those other players are turning around, and oh, I don't feel like giving it my all today, or oh, I'm not getting this much playing time, so now I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna mess up the play. You know what I mean? And then, like you said, is not only is Brock Purdy, but then you got to worry about McCaffrey or other people getting injured. You know what I'm saying? Key players, and then overall, now your whole team is messed up. Everybody's injured, and then it take time to recover from that. But
yep. Creek,
I mean,
your
I don't know,
thoughts?
huh?
oh yeah. My thoughts, like with the McCaffrey situation, like I don't think he should have came back at all last season. He should have just sat that whole season out, and they shouldn't have benched Jordan Mason because like for the duration of time he was playing, he was actually in the top three, if not the top two running backs in the league. Of course, behind Saquon Barkley. You feel me? But yeah, like sometimes I just question Shanahan, right? Because I get it, you want to run all these plays, but it seems like a lot of your plays, you be putting your players in the line of danger.
Right.
Like that's why we got all these injuries. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, it takes some of them injuries take a long time to come back from. And even Fred Warner was playing with an injury through the season too. You feel me? He was just pushing through. I forgot what injury he had. It might have been some with his foot or something, I think, but he was injured too. And of course, Fred Warner can only do so much, man. He needs a supporting cast, just like every team. They need a supporting cast. So like I don't know what they doing up in that front office, man. I wish I could be a mosquito on the wall in that front office to see just what the fuck is they talking about. You feel
Right.
me? Like I don't understand. Like maybe a couple of players I understand, but getting rid of Kyle Juszczyk, that's fucking with me right now. I don't understand why they did that.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah, it make that Cal Juszczyk makes no sense to me. He was an extra lineman, your emergency release for a pass when the running back, when everything else breaks, if everything else fails, he's open somehow. You
Right.
get, but they just start. Like I said, they're starting over. I guess this the Super Bowl window is closed. So now they trying to reopen it and with a new foundation, I guess. So because how many million are they gonna give Purdy? Is he gonna get 50 or somewhere between 40 and 45?
Right.
So that's gonna be a lot of money allocated to him. So you gotta have some cheap labor somewhere.
That's what I was saying earlier, before you had joined back, because I was like, yeah, some of that money that they allocated originally to some of these players, thinking that they were gonna have them long term, you know, and then like you said, with between certain ones being injury prone, or like you said, other ones they're demanding, you know what I mean, a certain amount, but then turning around and not producing. Now is like you got gaps. You know what I mean? Like you said, how are you gonna even if you could have grabbed some, I don't want to say mediocre players, but you understand what I'm saying. Like you said, even through drafting or free agency, you know, picking up somebody that might be a better addition to the team, you know what I mean? To even help some of those areas, like I said again, shout out to, and I'm, of course, I'm not a Seahawks fan by any means, but, they came up when they did what they did. You know what I'm saying? And that, like you said, but they had the money to play with, as far as being able to pick up certain people through free agencies, and that's how they was able to make that run when they did. So it's like, yeah, how long do you think it's gonna take them? How many seasons you think before they bounce back?
I don't know. Let's see what they do with this draft. What they pull out this draft and what other magic they can pull because I don't know because I'm looking at what the Rams is doing. They didn't got Devontae. Now they done got Devontae out there with Puka and Devontae with that nice little with them nice two running backs they have. They don't have no tight end worth a damn, but and they defense is decent. The Rams got a nice ass defense that's hella young and fast. So we ain't even in the top of our division. We probably second, maybe third place. I know we better than Seattle because Seattle just got rid of their whole team too. Seattle got rid of DK and Gino. Gino got a check from the Raiders. Um,
uh, and Sam Darnold done went to Seattle.
oh, Darnold in Seattle.
Yeah, he in Seattle now.
Oh, they gave him $100 million. He got $100 million.
Who, Darnold?
Darnold, yeah, $100 million.
Let's see.
Sam Darnold signs with Sam Darnold signs Seahawks. How much? How much did he get? Signed for how much money?
Wait, who?
Sam Darnold. He signed a 3-year deal for
105 million.
100.5
yeah,
million.
100.5.
Damn.
100
Yeah.
million. Hey, pick the wrong occupation, man. Pick the wrong occupation.
Man.
And then, I mean, but a couple people got picked up.
You see that boy who was trying to get out of Cleveland? That fool done got 140 million or some shit. 40 million, 160 million, 40 million a year, 140 of it is guaranteed.
Wait, who?
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett.
Cleveland Browns. 140 million of it guaranteed. And what that means in regular man language, I'm about to break this shit down and have y'all fucking like, whoa. Within the next couple of hours, he's about to receive a check for $88 million.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
I'm sitting here looking at this. I mean, it's a bunch of different stuff that happened today with the free agent.
Yeah, it's going crazy, man. It's going crazy. The free agency going crazy. Houston got rid of Larry Tunsil, sent them to Washington. Washington gonna be a beast next year. Washington gonna be a beast.
Yeah. Where did DeAndre Hopkins go?
Who?
DeAndre Hopkins.
I don't think he got picked up yet. Hopkins.
Yeah, he got picked up. He got picked up by somebody. Yeah, he did. I just saw it. I forgot what team though, but he got picked up.
Okay. Well, Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers
he got
is
picked
still
up by the
available.
Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens. He to the Ravens.
1 year, $6 million deal, $6 million.
They was claiming that Aaron Rodgers was getting looked at by Pittsburgh. Now,
yeah, it's supposed to be the Steelers for him. They haven't announced nothing else yet.
Yeah,
but that might.
As of an hour ago, he's still a free agent. As of an hour ago, nobody has done anything with
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones went to the Colts.
He went to the Colts for $10 million. He got chump change. 10 million to play quarterback.
Shit, I could use some of that chump change.
Yeah, it say 14 where I'm looking at. You say 10. You got to fact check this.
The 10 is what. See, the 14 that overall number, but that number, that's part of a 2-year deal. That's what it said, the 2-year deal. But his contract is really a 1-year contract, and it's worth $10 million.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Let me see. Like you said, yeah, Sam Darnold went to the Seahawks. Justin Fields went to the Jets.
Oh my God. Fucking Justin Fields is the Jets. Cleveland picked up Kenny Pickett from the Eagles.
Kenny Pickett for Dorian Thompson and a 5th round pick.
Cleveland still don't have no quarterback. Kenny Pickett is trash. Kenny Pickett is trash. That man Myles Garrett gonna earn every bit of that $40 million. That $88 million he got today or tomorrow he gonna pick up. He gonna earn every bit of that shit on that field with Kenny Pickett as quarterback. He gonna spend about 30. He gonna spend about 40 minutes of game time on the field and game clock.
So supposedly Joey Bosa went to the Buffalo Bills.
for 12 for 12
Yeah,
million.
12.6. Um,
Yeah,
and then
because
so we grabbed Demarcus Robinson.
that
Um,
he's weak. He's not. I hope he got like 2 million or something. He's not. He's like
nah,
a.
he got 9.5.
That's 2 million.
Well, shit, I need that kind of 2 million. Like you said, that's crazy. That's
You
a
know,
lot of money, man, to not be. That's all I'm saying is that's a lot of money to not be producing, man. You can't, them is a lot of numbers. You can do a lot.
it's some numbers, man. It's some numbers, but damn, we couldn't get Devontae since we couldn't get. I want is dude from Pittsburgh trying to leave. Pickens,
You said who? Cavante?
Devontae Adams. Why we couldn't get Adams? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah, he wanted to come to the Niners, I believe.
So
well,
that's
like you said,
so
they
with
got
all
to
that
take
shit,
care of
that's
them.
make me think they gonna overpay Purdy, man. But I
Well,
don't even want to.
that's what we were
If they
talking about is on them spenders.
if they overpay Purdy, he better be able to throw and catch his own balls, nigga. For real.
If that boy get like a 5-year deal, 250 million, 260 million, 240 something, we might as well just cancel any of doing anything. They should give him a deal he feel disrespected. Because if he feel disrespected, he gonna come out hungry, nasty, gritty. You know what I'm
So
saying? Gotta come out with that. You gotta have that dog in you, man. You got. I mean, he got it in him, but he gotta show that nigga. You 50 million, and show me you worth 50 mil, 50 of them, 50 of them
right.
millions. But I'm gonna change notes. I'm gonna change notes for a second. Now, I watch WWF, WWE. I've been watching this shit for a while. In the past week, they had their big event. They had a big event up in Toronto called Elimination Chamber. For the person who wins the chamber to go to WrestleMania, the #1 event, the Super Bowl of wrestling, to face
Right.
Cody Rhodes for the championship. You had CM Punk in there, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre battling, going at it tooth and nail, as they would say. Then it ends up being John Cena ends up winning because Seth Rollins stomps CM Punk's heads into the metal grill. John Cena throws him in a little choke out. He passes out. John Cena wins. Cody Rhodes comes down, shakes his hand, talking about it's gonna be us at WrestleMania, me and you. Let's do
Right.
this. Lifted hands, glad hag into the crowd, and then the beat breaks down. And then Travis Scott walks out. Now Travis Scott's walking out with some sage, waving sage. And then a few seconds later, here comes The Rock as he goes by now, the final boss.
Hey, I got a question. So is that what I was seeing going viral with it? Because he came out to Lil Wayne.
That was the week before he came out
Oh,
with
okay,
Lil Wayne.
okay, but yeah,
So
no, I
yeah,
I was seeing
so
a
he
couple
comes
different
out
videos.
with Travis Scott now, and he got his music, you know what I'm saying, and shit. So the premise is that he told Cody Rhodes he want Cody to be his champion. I
Right,
want you to give me your soul. Now, Cody
right,
Rhodes is a good guy, the all-American white bread.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I fight for the right of, you know what I'm saying? That good guy. You can count on me. The kids, I'm rah. Show you kids what you supposed to do. Shaking hands, kissing babies, making friends.
right.
Married to a black woman. He said by him and his wife having baby, they killed the black and white race. You know what I'm saying? He solved race relations. He
Well,
solved
I mean, that's
racism.
ain't he ain't that what's his name? Is that his son?
Yeah, that's Dusty Rhodes' son.
Yeah, Dusty. If anybody don't know, Dusty Rhodes, he black. he black. He one of the first. Now I'm just saying, he country. You feel me? But I remember watching
That boy,
something
that
about
boy
him.
Dusty talk like you know what I'm saying. Let me tell you,
Right, right.
we
He go,
gonna go walk around there. We gonna handle our business like nobody
hey,
else supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I need you to go right
he,
down there, go get this
hey,
beer real quickly. I'm gonna come back. We gonna have a couple of bitches. They gonna be sitting back. We gonna do this thing like we supposed to. Now go ahead and do your business like you supposed to, young Bodie, and we gonna be there.
hey,
You know what I'm saying? No,
hey, he do sound like he been around the culture a lot. He be like, yeah, this baby go, baby. You feel me?
yeah,
He sound like he done been at a few cookouts.
right. That's what I was gonna say. You
yeah,
feel me? I'm trying to remember. I had to look it up to see exactly where he's from, because yeah, he
he
got
from
a cold.
They
Texas.
from he from Texas? I thought he
He
was from
from
Georgia.
Texas.
Oh, I thought he was from Georgia.
Son of a plumber.
Oh,
Okay,
Son
okay.
of a plumber. But so the Rock tell Cody, he opens his arm up, talking about, come on. Cody Rhodes said, Rock already gave my soul to this ring and to these people. You know what you can do, Rock? You can go fuck yourself. The whole crowd goes,
right. Yeah, I
ooh.
seen that.
Cena was standing in the back like, yeah. Goes and shake Cody's hand, give him the hug. You my dog, I feel you hug. And then the camera pans to the Rock.
Rock
Rock
said,
standing there. He
ah.
does to slice his throat. You
Right,
seen the face go from smiling to a frown. He steps back, tapped Cody on the shoulder like, good job, my brother, and then kicked him in the nuts.
right.
John Cena, good guy for 20 years. Hustle, loyalty, respect, the Marine, all these things, everything's Make a Wish done more Make a Wish things than anybody in the history of the Make a Wish program. Has over 500 wishes granted. You know what I'm saying? This thing, and he just said, fuck it all. Got on Cody Rhodes, picked up Cody Rhodes' watch and was giving it to him, whacking him with the watch, cracked him with the title. Travis Scott then comes and slapped Cody Rhodes in the ear.
Yeah, that boy face is looking kind of whooped. Uh,
He lumped up. He got a good ooey knot. He got a good ooey. He got a cold shiner. He,
Yeah.
he got a
I mean, it looked like it really got split. I seen it, and
oh
yeah,
yeah.
because I
He looked
guess he
like a
went on.
boxer. He looked like he went through he took one.
Yeah,
If I was Cody, man, I would have me a little hit list. And the person on the top of that hit list would be Travis Scott. Like, man, I'm gonna whoop his little ass. You hear me?
yeah.
For real.
I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
They look like like I said, this stuff was split. You can't pay me. I mean, I know they give some money, but yeah, not for real. You can't pay me enough, man.
Man, that boy
Right.
is getting them boys is making some loot cheap. Them motherfuckers is eating. They selling out. They selling out them stadiums. Them people they are set stadium records and shit. It was at that elimination chamber, it was 32,000 people in there.
Can y'all
Damn.
see this man face? That looks crazy.
Hey,
Hey, I'm just saying.
hey,
Hey, You made 400,000. You made
That ain't enough.
400,000.
Nah, that ain't
Hey,
enough.
so Tycoon, you wouldn't take a black eye for 30 million?
That's not 30
Yeah.
million. He said 400,000.
No, I'm throwing out 30 million. I'm throwing out 30
Oh, you
million.
know, I'll take a black eye for that. That's different.
You not gonna take a black eye for 400,000.
I mean, when
You,
you put it
you
like
gotta
that,
think about it.
Okay, so you tell me in ten
that
minutes
wasn't
of
just a
work,
black eye
in
though.
10 minutes of work, in 10 minutes of work, you could get 400,000.
I hear you. I'm just saying that don't look like that's gonna heal up that easy though. You got
And then plus for that 400,000, you gotta let Travis Scott slap you one time.
come on, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And
I'm
then
saying you won't.
well, I know, but when I think about it, you want to know why? I was having a conversation with somebody about this, and since you in the wrestling, you could look it up. But I realized when I started looking at the net worth of some of the famous wrestlers and just everybody in the involved in that industry, like I was upset, dude. I was highly upset. Like, I mean, we know The Rock, and I mean, basically, he one of the only ones where I mean, John Cena had a movie, as an acting career too, but The Rock, I mean, is up there. But when we start talking, I mean, Triple H and stuff. Don't get me wrong, Triple H is he is a hell of a wrestler too. And he had his time. But what's the name ain't even worth that much right now. Undertaker, right? That part. You get what I'm saying? Him, Stone Cold. Like when you start looking at their net worths or what they made.
Yeah, but you gotta look at how
Man,
many
they took the
kids
real. They
the motherfuckers got outside and little
no,
problems
no,
and
man.
shit.
I'm talking about how many. We talking about how many black eyes they done took, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about, okay, then you talking about
Well,
taking a black eye for 400,000.
H is worth
Undertaker,
Triple H is
look up
worth
Undertaker's net
250
worth right now,
million. Triple
huh?
H is worth 250 million.
I know, but why is that?
Well, because for one reason he part owner of the WWF.
Exactly, because he's married in, so that don't count.
So he he got shit
That don't count.
salary yearly is his salary yearly is 2.8 million.
You understand? He ain't getting no black eyes. Then that's crazy.
Undertaker ain't getting black eyes no more either.
But even if he will, how much? What's
Undertaker
Undertaker worth
worth
right now?
17 million.
Huh?
His estimated net worth is 17 million.
That's a big ass difference, bro.
I mean, Triple
Because
H
he
is
ain't
a
got that
COO.
stock. He ain't got that executive stock that Triple H is getting. He ain't getting that stock thing. His option thing ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? He got different type of stock that's coming along with it. He come up like right now. I don't know if you dabble in the stock market, but the TKO stock in the last 6 months went from $94 to $174. So
Okay.
if you got 45,000 shares,
Okay.
you know what
We'll
I'm
talk
saying?
your shit then. Okay, tell me something. But I mean, again, like I said, when you look at it, because I was disappointed. Right, like I said, when you have Stone Cold Steve Austin, different ones like
Let's
looking
see
up,
what Steve Austin worth.
they're the
Let's see
ones
what.
that was carrying the league, though. If you know
But
what I mean.
look at the time it was. The money was a different time. And the money wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like Iverson and them cats wasn't getting paid like these fools getting paid now. Jerry Rice, the greatest of all time, is not seeing 40. He wasn't seeing 40 million a year.
Do you think that Triple H was still a bigger face though?
A bigger
Overall,
face than who?
Steve Austin
exactly.
net worth is 30 to 35 million.
Right. And then
Stephanie McMahon is at 250 million too.
ex-
So
and like
her
I said, we know why
Hulk
she
Hogan is only 25 million.
who? Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
Hogan.
Right.
Brock Lesnar 25 million. Stacy
And mind you,
Keibler is 25 million. What the fuck Stacy Keibler
What
do?
she been doing?
that's what I'm trying to say. So it's like, is
How the fuck what is Stacy Keibler on? What the fuck she on? Yeah, how is Stacy Keibler so rich?
Well, ain't she fucking with George Clooney?
She used to fuck with Clooney.
Mm.
no, but I thought that was overall off what they made at the WWE. I just thought it was interesting because, like how you said, 400,000. Like, wait a minute, and they didn't took way more. They didn't took
Yeah,
way more abuse.
yeah.
they
I mean,
they need a different lawyer or something.
shit.
Somebody got to
Hey, you
renegotiate some
get
shit.
they working on contracts on $1 million a year contract. You know what I'm saying? For like 30 something nights, 30 days of wrestling. You go in for
Right,
30 days, you wrestle for 25 minutes, but you got to do these appearances and all that shit. And
right,
off that, you every week you get 20,000.
right.
That's for like a Chad Gable. You know what I'm saying? A cat that's not really up there. You know what I'm saying? But like for the Cody Rhodes probably on a 2 million a year deal or something, 3 million a year. Let's see what Cody contract is. Cause
Well,
let me see what his contract thing. That's when you making money when the public get to see your contract. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So he earns around 3 million annually, Cody Rhodes. That's including his base salary, merchandise selling, sponsorships, and special appearances. That put him atop the top 5 wrestlers in the company.
That's because that's because who his daddy was, man. That's nepotism, man. Other than that,
Hey, but he had to leave the company because the company was treating him like shit at first. He had to leave and go do some other shit to make his stock go up so they could see him at a different light. And then he come back like, nigga, y'all need me. Y'all coming
yeah,
back for me.
yeah,
And I'm
no, I mean,
coming.
I get what you're saying. I just think that like we were talking about even then. Okay, he's making that. How come they wasn't? I mean, like you said, even now, whether you want to talk about the face, who's the current face of it, but they all still make appearances. You get what I'm saying? So they all
Mm-hmm.
still, and I mean, even the legends, like how you saying Hulk Hogan, and they still be trying to bring him out or, bringing other people back. Like, you know what I mean? So overall, I think that,
Uh,
again, like you said, we talk about the face of it. I mean, I know we're in different
now,
times now.
now
You know what I
Roman
mean?
Reigns, the tribal chief,
Right.
he earns 5 million a year.
But he represents a different. That's a little. I mean,
And his family
that's a
been in
cultural thing.
his
To be,
family been in the business.
that's what I'm saying. So, and again, and they all follow each other. You get what I'm saying? Because even
Yeah.
locally in the Bay Area, is still a couple of them that wrestle for another league. I was at a wrestling not too long ago, and it's a couple of them. It's still a bunch of them around, and
Oh
they're
yeah.
in some of the independent leagues. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And still trying to work their way up. But yeah, everybody, like you said, their support. That's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? You got a whole group of people that's riding with you, family at that.
They family thick too. They
That's what
family
I'm
deep.
saying. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
hell of them.
Yeah, no, they all related. I've watched some of those interviews too, where they was explaining because I guess like The Rock, his side of the family is different from some of the other ones, but or it's more. It was more his dad, or they were breaking different stuff down with how some of them
Yeah,
were related. You know what I mean? And who was second or third cousins and other stuff like that. It was crazy. But they,
and
like
that,
you said, they gonna
but but
support each
but
other though.
but to have a family tree that you can go into a business that's a family business that you know what I'm saying, your name, you got a advantage because of your last name, because of
Right,
who you are. And you know what
right.
I'm saying?
That's why Stephanie McMahon is worth what she worth. That's
Now now we could even apply that theory of juniors when it come to wrestling
yeah,
because most juniors don't be as good as they daddies was. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You got to maybe one or two juniors like Rey Mysterio Jr. because I never seen his daddy, but Rey Mysterio Jr. was the shit for a little motherfucker. You know what I mean? But now they got the top five pro wrestlers contract per year, 5 million. Brock Lesnar, number one. Roman Reigns, 5 million, number two. Randy Orton, third at 4 million per year. Cody Rhodes, fourth, 3 million per year. AJ Styles, fifth, 3 million per year. Seth Rollins, sixth, 3 million per year. The Miz at 2.5 million. Kevin Owens, 2 million. CM Punk only 1.5. Drew McIntyre, 1 million. Those are the top 10 in the business today. Those are the top 10
Uh,
contracts.
the one thing shocking about that is that AJ Styles is making more than Seth Rollins. That's the shocker to me.
Now they make the same, but Seth AJ is ranked higher. He
Uh,
got a couple of more thousand.
All I'm saying
yeah.
is, it
I,
sounds like they well on their way to make more than Undertaker and Stone Cold, and I feel a way about it. I don't think I don't think they got they just do, man. They was supposed to.
hey,
Nah,
what's
Triple H supposed to tear some of that off, man.
you got to how you think the Scotty Pippins is feeling? How you think Chris Mullins feel about fools making what he made his whole career in one season?
Right.
Uh,
I'm
your
I'm
whole
just saying
career, and
they
this
gotta
cat
make
that
it
made it in one season, and he ain't even half the player you is.
right. And then too, when you start thinking, because like you said, and that's the same thing, with like you said, with sports and with other stuff too. But I know that with sports, they do have organizations that they created to kind of help with that. Because again, I'm just saying, I'm speaking from the aspects of like sports and like wrestling too. Like that takes a big toll on their body. You know what I mean? So then you got to trip off of that too, like you said, for those that were doing it in the earlier years. You know what I mean? And dealing with the health stuff that they're dealing with now, or let alone anything else. Like you said, some of that money don't, it don't mean nothing now. Like you said, like 30 million, just like we was talking about the football curse, like shit, people making that in a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Like,
just numbers that but for people in other positions, and like you said, they really built, to me, like that brand was built off of the back of some of those people, you know. And I understand you want to take care of your own, like how you saying, with the juniors, or like Vince McMahon, of course his family's taken care of, but it's like, damn, even some of these other wrestlers, where now their kids have came around, You know what I mean? Like you said,
Yeah,
now, I mean, Cody Rhodes is one example. I don't know anybody else he didn't really put in position like that. You feel me? But or they got put in position. But yeah, I think that they need to give back, man.
man. Hey, it's all about when you was born.
You say
When
don't cry about it, huh?
it's all about when you was born, and whatever era you was born in is the benefit you reap off it. You know what I'm saying?
The house,
At that time in 1980s, getting a $200,000 contract was like, oh, I'm eating.
right?
Now
But
you
if
disrespecting me for coming at me with this 200 some thousand. Who
right,
you
but if
think?
that's the case, then why are we still bringing out old ass Hulk Hogan?
Because he getting 200,000 for an appearance now.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Just, just for the appearance, he's on that legend contract. But shit, he on that legends deal. You know,
That's what I'm saying, man. They need to do some back pay or something, some retro pay on some of that.
that's like how you know
The
that's like
video
how
games,
everybody getting mad at the NBA because all they
look,
do is talk
video
about,
games, action figures.
huh?
I said all the video games, action figures,
Man,
all of that.
hey, Hulk Hogan was getting so much. See, the reason why Hogan money is fucked up, Hogan had to pay off some people, and then his net worth should be more because he got 100 when he sued dude for exposing him for being a black person hater, but not for millionaire blacks. You don't expect ball players and people that's
Right.
handling their business
No, I
black.
remember.
Yeah, he got 100 million. So
Uh,
his number should be higher than that because he got 100 million for that, and now he on his little beer company shit. He getting some money for, but hey, you in America. What the whole once you become a celebrity, you always able to eat somehow. You always got access to some food.
yeah, I just think that they didn't get as much of it as they was supposed to get out of that situation. That's
Yeah,
all. That's
yeah,
like I
but
said.
it was the
They can.
80s.
They need to do podcasts or something.
Oh, they got the podcasters when I'm talking about it. And a lot of them niggas, you put that money on coke. A lot of them niggas will put that money on coke and
Yeah,
buying
but
random bitches' titties.
we talk. Those is the older. Because I remember they was doing documentaries on certain wrestlers, but like we were talking about, those are some of the ones that actually was putting in work, but they got injured, or as time went on, like you said, they didn't have the right contracts. You know what I mean? I remember, because who was it? I was watching the one. It was I remember seeing one about Diamond Dallas Page, and I'm trying to remember who else was. No, it was another. It wasn't Jake the Snake. Who
And
was
Jake
it?
the Snake fucked himself up. Jake the Snake was smoking crack coming to the
That
ring off
was.
crack and
Yeah, no,
shit.
it was his
Yeah.
documentary. I think it was his documentary too, and I think where DDP was on there trying to help him out because like he was doing.
That
Trying to remember.
yoga shit. That
Yeah,
yoga shit. Yeah. The DDP yoga shit. Yeah. Bringing motherfuckers back. He, that's DDP. That's his thing now. He gets the old broken down wrestlers that doped themselves up too much or got injured, and he brings them back to health.
and they need to be putting some money into that. That's all I'm saying. The
Shit.
same way, just like with the NFL and different shit. When they started really looking into people getting concussions
Do you
and
think the
you know,
NFL really put money into that fucking concussion shit? You know what I'm saying? Do you really think they helping out them old cats them cats from the 70s that's still alive when fools was really cracking? And them fools from the 80s and the early 90s?
I mean, is depending on who they are. That's who gonna get the money first. That's who they're gonna offer it to first.
Yeah, because if
Like you
something,
said,
if
the
Jerry
ones
Price ever
the ones
split,
that can still come out and make an appearance. they the ones that they name might bring in a few dollars. Them the ones that's gonna get the
let
medical
Joe
treatment.
Montana come out and fall.
Right.
Let Dan Marino break his ankle.
Right.
And, you know, it's the power of on how raw was you. How
Right.
raw was you? Was your game like no other? Was your
But
game
still,
boost on all levels that it took the defenders? You know what I'm saying? So what was you butter? You know what I mean?
Undertaker though.
Hey, you gotta be
Look at
you,
that.
you gotta be born in the right year. But now Undertaker can, but that's on Undertaker too because of the role he was playing. The dead man, he can't go out there and give interviews. He couldn't be out there trying to sell fucking come get your Undertaker sneakers. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't come out.
No, but I mean, but the shit was selling. He had a cold following too, though. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
And then you got them contracts in WWF is some gangster contracts, buddy.
Right. That's
Them
the
some
part.
them some gangster contracts. You damn near under a sleep deal. You know what I mean? It's some shit. You without their permission, you can't do this. You can't do that. They like the government. Whatever you do for some money, I want in.
Right.
And if we don't approve of it, if it don't seem right for our lettering, for our brand, WWE, nah, you can't fuck with them. I don't care if that's your cousin's company trying to come up. No, they do shit with glass and other shit, and we not trying to be affiliated with that. Nah.
Right. Well, you
So,
got a point.
oh shit.
But until then, though, man, until they make something right, I don't know. We might have to start a movement, man. I might want to boycott some of that because I don't know. I mean,
Hey,
like I said,
hey, for them cats that was playing baseball in 1980s, how you think they looking at these fools getting 10-year contract, 345 million?
well, yeah. Hey, and this is what I was about to say too, because I mean, just still talking about wrestling, because I did watch it like a few weeks ago, and what was the brothers on there? The Hardy Boys, is that their name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Hardy Boys.
They look so middle aged, and but I'm like, nigga was still jumping off the top of the shit and everything else, and I'm like, you ain't recovering from that this easy no more. Like, hold on, like that's what I'm saying. The money got to be right, man.
Hey,
Like they've been doing that for decades, man.
when I was working at the hotel, there was a wrestling event. New Japan had a wrestling event at next door to the hotel, so the wrestlers were staying at the hotel. It was a few I recognized. It was my guy that looked like he could be Creep's brother, No Way Jose. He was up in there. It was these dudes that was this dude named Eddie Kingston, some Japanese wrestlers that I recognized for some other shit. And then there was this one dude that used to be on TNA. Name was Homicide, Mexican cat, Puerto Rican or something. When I'm talking to him, we having a whole conversation, but I'm tripping on how he talking. He was like, "Yeah, I had a real rough match, man. It's making me think about hanging this up. I've been doing this for 25 years." You know what I'm saying? And like, but the bills don't stop. You know what I mean? And he's like, a lot of this shit we come out our pocket to pay the plane trips is on them.
25 years, black eyes.
And they don't get compensated for them. They don't get compensated for them for the plane tickets and all that.
I guess it's on taxes, but not.
Oh, a
A lot of
write-off?
the companies don't. If you're not a full time and depend on your rank, the
Right.
company ain't paying for your ticket.
Yeah, you got to do that yourself. You
You
got to keep
doing
your
your
receipt.
travel is on you.
Right.
So you
So
either getting in a rental car and you driving 400, 200 miles, or you coming out the pocket on some airplane, especially if you got to go overseas. But it
right.
depends on how much money that show's supposed to be bringing in. But what I'm saying with him, as we talking, I'm like listening to him, and he like, yeah, man, I took a couple on the head, and you can see, and it sound like he gurgling while he talking, but he wasn't having no drinks. So I'm like, damn, 25 years, you ain't made it to the WWF, so you ain't probably Lucci like that. At least I don't think so. I could look up his net worth, but I really don't want to do that because I know it should be his shit probably in the 100,000.
It's a lot of black eyes, man. That's a
Yeah,
lot of getting your
but you
shit
travel the
split
world, man. You
and
travel the
almost
world.
losing your. No, man, it don't count if you got to pay for it out your own pocket anyway. You ain't gonna be able to see nothing if you keep getting your shit split right here. You feel me? Straight up, it's gonna mess with your eyesight. Your eye socket will pop out. That's what I'm saying. All that getting hit with a chair and all that. You feel me? Like we gotta renegotiate. So this nigga getting 400,000 for one. And you said the other nigga that went for 25 years. It probably ain't even got 400,000. You feel me? And had to pay his own way. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's a risky. I mean, shout out to the wrestlers though. You know, and like you said, when you think about 25 years and you think about the way they climb up, like I was
See,
talking about
like I said,
the other
I didn't
wrestlers.
want to. I didn't
Uh,
want to look up his net worth. What is difficult to pinpoint an exact net worth for Homicide, who is a professional wrestler and former member of the stable called the Legion. It's it's estimated that his net worth may be around somewhere 100 and 200,000.
Damn, that's it.
And he's been a pro
25
wrestler
years.
on the independent circuit. Let me
Right.
see. When did he debut?
That's what I was saying. Because the independent circuit mean even the local shit that's going on in the Bay right now.
He debuted in 1994.
94.
94.
31 years ago. 31 years of black eyes.
He first trained and debuted as a pro wrestler in the Bodega on March 5th, 1994. He made his debut to national TV in 2005, December 31st.
That's 25 years of getting slapped in the chest. Backhand slaps to the chest.
Hey,
walking all over the place, getting hit with chairs and shit. I can't do it.
He wrestles a hardcore style.
Yeah, you get hit with shit. No way. I can't do it.
To only end up with 200,000, so that's why you still wrestling 30 years later.
How much is Jacob Fatu worth?
For this, you're not finna hit me with this. When I only walk away, you're not finna hit me with this. Not let alone once. Like how you said, oh boy, probably Cody Rhodes or whatever. He got 400,000 for that one cut. You're not finna hit me with this more than once and think I'm not finna get that. Let alone 25 years of the shit. That's crazy.
You just happen to have a chair, huh?
Yes, I did. Diabolical. I know that.
All right. Now, Jacob Fatu, had just made his. He just been in WWF for a little bit under a year. As of 2023, his estimated net worth is 500,000.
And but you said 5'2", right?
Yeah,
Hey, he from the Bay, right?
yeah, he from Sac.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's
yeah.
what I'm saying too.
So,
That's the
but hold on, look at the level. Like I said, that dude's been going down for since 1994.
right.
He broke in the game in '94, and he ain't even at 500,000. Hold on,
But
let
it,
me.
Yeah.
but it's also like you said, it's popularity. But that's what I was talking about, and I couldn't remember. But now that you just said the name, I was there, and like I said, throughout the other leagues, it's a lot of them still out wrestling.
Oh
You get what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
because he
even
was
because the
in.
place I was at, it was one or two of them there wrestling. But as far as the audience, it was hella deep. It was hella people in there for them. You know, like I
Because
said,
he.
they whole community come
Because
out.
I seen Jacob Fatu like 5 years ago in an independent company called MLW, and he was a food in. He was like about 30 pounds heavier, and he was doing all that shit, doing them flips off the rope, smashing niggas and all that shit with all that weight behind him.
Right.
So he's been eating, but like I said, as of 23, he's worth 500,000. So he's at a 500,000 in 5 years. While Homeboy's been doing this for 31, getting hit with chairs for 31 years and barely at 200,000. Somebody got a better look, as we say. Somebody agent is really working, and somebody agent ain't working. No,
I
no.
can't do it.
The
I can't
matches
do
that
it.
Homicide has, he's using these things.
No, it's
So
crazy.
I'm coming at you like this
No, it's not gonna work.
to the forehead. You
It's
know what I'm
not gonna work.
saying? To the forehead.
It's not gonna work. I don't know what kind of lawyers. I don't know what kind of who was going over the contracts or none of that. I don't know what they was doing. That's crazy. That's insane. Shout out to
And
them, man. But
then go get
I
shit
hope they
like
got some
this.
good insurance.
Hold on, nah. Now I gotta cut you with the. I gotta use the little razor blade. Y'all,
And somebody getting cut. That's a
getting
whole. That's a
cut,
whole new zero. You
getting
gotta add a
cut.
few more zeros.
You gotta add some commas and some zeros.
Hey,
Hey,
for real.
but hold
Hey,
on
shout
though.
out.
You cut
Huh?
yourself. You cut yourself after I hit you with the with after I hit you with the scissors in my hand cover. So you got to go
Hey,
down
man.
and cut yourself.
Hey, man. I was on a tour with JT the Bigger Figure back in what? This was '05, '06. All right. And that was the famous quote. Like, hold on, they got to put a few more. You know what I'm saying? You got to add a few more zeros to that because I got to get mine. Like, I swear, it was in the middle of, somebody was closing the deal. He cut the shit short. Like, well, hold on, what? You told him how much? Like, Like, you feel me? So the math ain't mathing, man. That's crazy. When you, especially like I said, insurance, life insurance, health insurance, period. Like, what is $100,000, $200,000? He can't even afford a house
Hey,
right now. If he got kids, anything, I'm just saying, what is he leaving behind?
it was worse for the Dusty Roads in them. It was worse for them. They didn't have insurance deals back then. They didn't have none of them guaranteed contracts. They made money on how many people in the stands.
I feel it, but at the same time, and I ain't taking nothing away from him because it's the same thing. But some of them is in different places. I'm just saying, like for those of us that live out here in California, it's a different tax bracket even when it comes to real estate. So you
Hey,
feel me? Some of them was, like you said, houses and shit. You was getting them for a little nothing down south. You know what I'm saying? They inherited, some of them had already inherited that. But if you coming up out here, and like you said, where unless again, for those of us that our family, had money back then to buy houses, now you got to be a millionaire.
Yeah, off
So
that
yeah,
house.
100,000. I mean, for real. That's like you said. That's why the wrestlers ain't going for it now. You're not finna hit me upside my head, man, for 100,000. That don't even cover the medical bills nowadays.
100,000 for your career.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't care
You
if it
could.
was if it was
That's
5
not
years or 25.
you're
It
not
don't
doing
matter.
something right because you can make 40 to 50,000 a year doing a regular job. So that means 2 years of a regular job, you could damn near have 100,000.
You see, you can go work security. you 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 can go work at McDonald's right now. God damn it, it's 20 something an hour, and they finna get another
Shit.
raise. And they
Shit,
Right.
if I do overtime at my job, I could check 100 bands a year. You feel me?
and ain't
It's,
got to
it's not
look,
that unattainable.
and ain't got to worry about this.
Man, come on. Come on, man.
Anybody been
You
hit? Anybody been hit with one of these in real life? You feel me? Or for play? I don't know. I don't know how they do it,
Have
but
you ever
you're
been
not hitting me with one of them.
suplexed in real life? Has somebody ever lift you over their head and dropped you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like that's what I meant about the Hardy Boys. Like that shit crazy. Them niggas really jumping. Like you said, the ones that really do like the hardcore shit, the stunts and shit, where you jumping through tables or you jumping off the top rope on the concrete and all this and that. Like with no helmet, no nothing, nigga. Like
Oh,
ain't no
wait.
way.
Hold on. The table got barbed wire on it.
Yeah, all of that shit. You got tetanus shots and all that shit. Come on, man, it's crazy.
Mo- motherfucker getting slapped on to a bunch of tacks. You feel me?
Yeah, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it unless, I mean, they should be getting just like how athletes too. Well, I know with the athletes, don't they get health insurance for life, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I know the NBA. I remember the NBA does because that has something to do with why Big Baby went to Glenn Big Baby got in trouble because they
Mm.
because it's a like they put their money goes into like an account so much, you know what I mean? Or they have to match it or whatever. It's something like that. But they get medical insurance supposed to be for life, free medical.
That's why like a lot of them high paid athletes, especially like well all sports, I think there's some type of clause in their contract where like they're not allowed to do certain things outside of football. Like for example, like go skydiving or ride a motorcycle, doing all that other extreme shit outside of their job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they got them clauses in their contracts.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense to protect your investment, but that's what I'm saying. You would think even with wrestling, like I said, shit. To think about all the concussions and shit, like I said, people getting hit with shit.
That's why they don't use. That's why in the WWF you can't hit a nigga over the head with a chair. You can smack him over the back repeatedly. You could readjust his spine.
They was hitting niggas in the head for years, my nigga.
Man, they
They was
stopped doing that. They stopped doing
They
listen.
that.
just stopped. They
They
had to just
stopped.
stop.
They stopped
They,
about 10 years ago. It ain't just stopped. It's been a good 10 years, at least.
but in them 10 years, some of them contracts just started
Look, once
getting.
they stop cracking them hit people in the head with chairs, there's been a lot more knee and shoulder injuries. A lot more joints is getting messed up. Them joints is getting tore up now. Fools and hella small tissue. You know,
Well, you got to think that's the same thing. Like I said, yeah, whether it was that garbage cans, like I said, tables. you know, running motherfuckers into the poles and all that shit. You feel me? Any
Hey,
outside the ring activity, you
hey,
gonna hurt
and
yourself.
when it get nilly, what you gonna do? You gotta defend yourself, man. It ain't over till the match go 1, 2, 3 until nigga tap out. Now, if you street fighting, if you grabbing the nearest thing near you, you might crack a nigga in the head with a bottle if you in a bar.
Right.
Pull cue. You know what I'm saying? Pick up that 8 ball, make it with your fist to make that punch more powerful. Cause I'm trying to knock a nigga head off. You know what I'm saying?
If but if you signed a contract to do that for a certain amount of years, were you
But
agreeing
you
to let
gotta
somebody hit you
understand
like
the
that?
way we hitting each other. I'm not really hitting you. I'm not really hitting you that hard.
Do you understand how many rehearsals that you got to go through?
Some dress rehearsals.
I'm talking about. I've been
Hey,
to one of those events before, and you know,
the
like
cold
after
part is this. The cold part is this. If you ain't really raw as hell and you ain't got no name or big name person following you, you ain't gonna make it to the WWF until you're about 40 before you start seeing real money. You ain't gonna so you've been out here diving off stages onto concrete
right,
for
yeah,
peanut butter sandwiches and a couple of beers
hold on,
and a
hold on,
mushroom.
inside somebody's brewery, like you said, you jumping out the street. You feel me? No, because I've been to one recently, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like when you start looking at it like that, and it's like, okay, well, damn, you feel me? Even like you said, you know, a few years of that, you know what I mean? Like that's a toll on your body. It take a toll. I don't give a
Yeah,
damn. You
taking
know what I
bumps.
mean?
That's what
So
they call bumps. They call taking a bump.
I think that they should be, you know, like I
Compensated.
said,
Hey, you got to trip off that job. A pro wrestler is an actor, a stunt man, and got to do it all on the first take in front of everybody all the
no,
time.
but that's what I was trying to say earlier. I was getting sidetracked, but it's not all in the first take. Because like when I was at the thing, them motherfuckers was back there practicing the whole time up until it
Well,
was
nigga,
time for them to
that's
go.
practice. First
So
take is in front of the crowd. Nigga, you live in front of the crowd. Gotta go in. Yeah, you working and talking about how we gonna do this in the back, but it
we
ain't
didn't practice, no, because if you gotta hit a motherfucker with something, you gotta practice how you getting hit with it. Period. Well,
So like they gotta try it like 2 or 3 times before you go on the ring. Like, hold on, you didn't get hit right, man.
Not again.
that's what
what's
I'm
happening
Not
saying.
when
this coming
We
Record
not
here.
Love is in the
we not
building.
finna rehearse that. I'm not finna keep rehearsing that. Period. You can't pay enough. Practice.
Okay, so they had this
Practice.
elimination. So they just had this elimination chamber last week. So you saying that they was in the back in a separate chamber throwing each other into that goddamn wall, and the nigga came off the top of the chamber to do that frog splash.
Then they have to rehearse it. Like you said, yeah. Like
Nah,
you said,
man. That
man, listen. If
it's
you
called placement and timing.
no, I'm saying it is all of that, but again, what's the probability? Like you said, even with rehearsing it, how many times is it gonna be an accident?
Hey,
So
that,
how many
well,
times somebody that accidentally got hit?
well,
I,
Steve Austin says on his podcast, you tell him in the back you apologize first, and then you'll say you tell him you sorry for whatever happens in the ring first, because I might get a little too excited.
yeah, because his shit used to always get busted. He used to always be leaking from here from the top back in the day. That's what I'm saying. I'm not You're not paying me enough for that.
Hey,
No way.
31 years, 31 years for $200,000. And we having matches where this is happening to you.
He could have went work the In and Out. He could have been a manager at In and Out for 2 years and got that. I was just saying.
Dang, less wear and tear.
That's a weird tip,
31
man.
years on an airplane going state to state to go wrestle for $200.
And sometimes you got to get ambushed.
Right.
Backstage beating?
Man.
Hey, yeah, I'm falling all over concrete and everything else. Come on, man. That's wear and tear.
For two beers and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Ain't no way, man.
And maybe a hooker.
Right, maybe. Like I said, maybe. And that's if people thought that you was, like you said, if you had a fan out there, that's crazy. Ain't no way.
Raider John, Raider Dub, how's it going, man?
Oh man, I woke up. That's all I need to do today.
Well, you sound kind of low. Like you can turn your mic up.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like a grown man now. Yeah. you was over there like you was like whispering like you was trying to talk sweet nothings. We all men here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a little something. You gotta have that gravitas, man.
Put a little bit of rasp in your voice.
You better say that shit with your chest, bro.
Yeah, we was just talking about how John Cena went bad, and then we start checking the net worth of wrestlers and shit, and then I end up talking about this guy named Homicide. He been wrestling for hella years, and we found out he made his debut in 1994, and from 1994 to 2025, he has accumulated upwards of 100,000 to 200,000 in 31 years of grappling on the independent string. Because the highest he got was to TNA. And he's had 31 years of matches with people, with these, it's still chairs. Bob
That sounds
Wyatt.
like an addiction to me.
Yeah,
So,
you got to.
31 years, and you only accumulated possibly
30 years of the chair. Okay? 30 years.
Right. Get the chair.
That's it. Yeah. 30 years.
Hey, you keep pulling that chair. You keep pulling that chair, man. It's got to go under a contract clause in a minute.
Hey, the whole thing is this. I'd rather be the one swinging than receiving the chair shot. Long as I'm swinging the chair, it's all good. And long as I'm the one that's doing the stabbing and not being stabbed. Because I don't know about falling through a cage like Mick Foley. I don't know about
like
all
you
that
said with the
landing on some
thumbtacks and
thumbtacks.
shit. Yeah, I'm not falling on no thumbtack. That's crazy.
Yeah, that boy Mick Foley fell from the top of the top of the cage all the way down to the announcer's table. You're not gonna do that for 400 minutes.
And he not even in. I mean, he wasn't really in shape. Let's keep it real.
Nah, he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. So it's That's really dangerous. Anything can happen, man. I'm cool. I felt sorry for the Hardy Boys when I was watching them wrestle the other day. Cause I was like, like you said,
Oh,
they've been jumping on top of the ropes, jumping through tables, chairs, all this shit,
Hey,
getting chairs to the face, or like you said, the other one, he jumping from the top rope with chairs on top of people's faces and shit. Like that's crazy. It ain't
yeah, I
worth
ain't
it.
doing none of
Not for
that.
no 400 bands. We didn't even see what they was worth, or John Cena. I
John
know he worth
Cena,
a few dollars
John
though.
Cena worth like John Cena net worth is he's up there. Hold on, let me see
Yeah.
what the we can't look at the Hardys together. You gotta type them each differently. Jeff Hardy net worth is because you know they for real that can't be right.
What?
You that can't be right. Jeff Hardy net worth as of to January 13th of 2025 is only $2 million. They
Is how
still
much?
$2 million.
That's it.
It's probably even less than that.
Hey, Jeff Hardy is an American pro wrestler, singer, songwriter, and musician who has a net worth of $3 million. Jeff Hardy is best known for his tenure in WWE as one half of the Hardy Boys.
I gotta do it one more time. Because that he took that and he only
He took
worked
that
that.
chair a lot and jumping off of shit going through a table on top of somebody. But he was
For,
landing on a person going
for
through the
how many
table.
years? For how many years?
He was wrestling when we was in high school. He was in high school wrestling. So
That's what I'm trying to say.
He was wrestling since 94, 92 and shit.
Crazy. Makes absolutely no $2 million?
And man,
And
Hardy
you
worth
got to
$2
think
million
that's not
too.
cash, and that's not even cash. That's the house, the cars, the memorabilia, and all of that. And it's an estimate.
But they
Let's see
He
still
could
what.
really
wrestling
be.
today.
And they still wrestling, yeah. And they in TNA, they in the independent circuit. They ain't in WWF no more. So they not getting big money. They probably, you know what I'm saying? They probably getting 300,000 a year. Hold on.
Dang, you think even that much?
All I know is I see
Okay.
nigga flying.
We got John Cena. John Cena net worth $80 million. Began his pro wrestling career in 1999. Signed with
But
WWE in 2001.
see, John Cena and some of them know. I mean, we know they did movies and other stuff too. So, but even
80,
still,
80 million. 80 million. I don't know how
I
much of
mean,
that comes from DC money. How much is that DC money?
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I mean, even but like when we was talking about
Okay.
Stone Cold.
Okay. He was
Stone Cold was in a couple
paid
movies.
2006. He was paid $280,000 for his role in the Marine. Movie grossed $30 million on a $15 million budget. But they don't show how much he's paid for these other movies no more. They don't show this. Yeah, he's made over 650 Make-A-Wishes. Guinness Book
Oh,
World
that's what's up.
Records. Sold the most Susan for the partnership with Susan G. Komen Cancer Cure. This T-shirts they made over $1 million a year. He matched $1 million to the Black Lives Matter in 2020. Then he was paid $525,000 for his house in 2005. Today the mansion is worth $4 million. He owns
He didn't
over
get hit
20
with a whole bunch
cars.
of chairs though.
He owns over 20 cars.
See, he didn't take that many chairs though.
He has a Oldsmobile Cutlass Rally 350 to a 2006 Rolls-Royce Phantom in 2017. He got in some legal trouble with the Ford company.
But you was just naming other wrestlers who can't even afford like one of them things. That's all I'm saying. Again, that's 30 years of chairs. That's crazy. I'm not. No,
30
not a
years,
table.
and you out there and you making a rookie drug dealer game, a rookie nigga on the woo block.
Come on, man. I'm saying this is. I don't know. Like I said, there's people doing more of that just off Bitcoin and shit right now. Like I said, fast food is, I think that I think that anybody that's doing that, I mean, at the point that they getting signed to even like, a 5-year contract or, depending on what the stakes is, but especially if it involves you got to do any of that kind of stuff, like, your health insurance, that's supposed to be automatic.
Bret Hart is net worth $7 million.
That's what I'm saying. But or Shawn Michaels, them niggas was taking chairs. They was taking chairs. Period.
Boots too. Boots, chairs, shit.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. For
Shawn
them,
Michaels, $10 million.
See the difference though?
Hell nah. Oh my God. Oh hell nah. Ric Flair.
Woo! Go ahead.
Styling and profiling. Limousine riding. Kiss stealing. Willing and dealing.
Rolex wearing.
Gators on my feet. It's so hard to hold them down. That man is only worth $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe it.
Woo! I can't even do that shit. Hey, woo!
He done fucked off his money in the bars forever. Dude, this man is OG, is the hell one of the greatest wrestlers to ever do it and only worth $500,000.
Why you think he still got to work?
That's what I'm saying. Make it make sense.
Been in the game since 72.
And you got to remember that 500 include his house.
You making it worse. You gotta remember it.
No. Four-time divorces. 4 divorces.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, he paid alimony.
Yeah, so he had 4 of them. That mean what? He had 2.5. He left the 5.
Okay. His daughter, Charlotte. Charlotte Flair. $1 million.
How much? 1 million?
$1 million.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was gonna say a little bit more than that.
Bianca Belair, the black girl. Bianca Belair. $4 million.
4 million. Okay, I can see that. I mean, well, like we said, it's, depending on, marketing, like you said, different times.
That basically says the Flairs aren't good with money.
Huh?
The Flairs are not good with money.
Well, we know the McMahons are. That's all I can
The
say about
limousine wearing girl. I mean, he was letting you know he wasn't good with money.
Yeah. Those niggas was pulling up in helicopters. Limousines and helicopters. They was
Man,
living.
that what he said. We wrestle at the Cow Palace, and right after I wrestle for 60 minutes, I'm on the next plane to Vegas, where we spending 16 hours at the tables.
yeah,
16 hours of drinking and gambling, and then going back with the women.
yeah, I guess.
I done spilled more champagne in rooms.
Woo! Oh,
Right,
sorry.
right. Then he said, "Yeah, I spit more on spilled liquor." But all that don't mean nothing. And you took all them chairs to the face. I can't do it. I ain't going through
I
no
think didn't
table.
they put Flair? They put Flair through a table too. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not getting hit with no other objects. Like what's the name? Well, remember Hacksaw Jim Duggan? You not hitting me with no 2x4, nothing. You not throwing me into no ladder, nothing. Ain't no ladder matches, ain't none of that. And all I'm walking away with is what? What are we talking about right now? That's crazy.
Hey,
And you got to think some of them getting suplexed off the
let's see what the
cage.
black man. Let's see what Booker T works.
I don't even want to know because this is over.
I say 2.8. I say 2.8 for Booker T.
I say 3.
Booker T's net worth is not publicly available.
That nigga that broke. Hey, he ain't even got a house.
Booker T net worth stands at an impressive $5 million.
Oh, okay.
Let's devolve into the chapters in a remarkable journey of the ex-prison mate.
That Harlem Heat, bro.
He the only one that we had. That was, I mean, he not the only one that we had, but he the only one that we know got some money. All the other wrestlers, all the black wrestlers, they wasn't seeing no money. And Mark Henry was already, he was doing
Already
that.
had a
Let
little
me see
check.
what Bobby Lashley worked. I can't find Bobby. You ain't worth nothing. Lashley ain't gonna name
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley money.
Hey,
What was the dude named?
who was the manager for Harlem Heat?
Teddy Long.
Teddy Long. How much was Teddy Long net worth?
Bobby Lashley makes $1 million a year.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't say it.
Teddy Long.
He's the only one.
Teddy Long net worth. Teddy Long net worth is a cool $1 million.
Cool million.
That's not bad for Teddy Long. And what were we? What, late 80s, early 90s?
He never got hit with a chair. He was a manager, a referee, and a GM. He was just in the corner. He didn't receive no chair shots.
Hey,
oh no.
Teddy Long, the reason why I wanted to always wear a suit.
Now, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is worth $10 million.
I can see that,
Paul
especially with the
Heyman has another
storylines.
job other than just like being an advocate. He also deal with like talent relations and stuff.
And plus, his family was lawyers.
Oh,
That's why.
Oh yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, there's some money to be made. Yeah,
His family was lawyers in New York in the
because
70s and
everybody else
80s.
they read.
But yeah, man. And Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, the one who invented the thumbtacks and shit, he worth 8 million.
Shit,
How
all that
much?
shit he did better be worth that.
But most of that shit came from writing books. It didn't.
Oh,
Right.
It didn't come from the wrestling. It came from being an author. He's a he, he got it. Yeah. He also he do comedy shows. He goes on tour doing comedy shows. And then he
That's what
had
I'm saying. Like you mean to tell me that's what I'm saying too. Like they should all have not being funny, but like you said, for those that were at one point in time, just like with the NBA, because the NBA they operate kind of the same way. When you look at, you know, at one point in time, even if you were considered the quote unquote face of it, you know, when they make the transition with the NBA from players as they retire to some of them becoming announcers, you know what I mean? Different
yeah.
stuff like they should have some sort of stock within WWE or WWF, you know what I mean? Based off it was built off their back, period. You know, like you said, they at least they should have some free medical based off of what we just heard.
Yeah,
Cause
for the ones who got them Legends deals, yeah, they got medical and all that shit worked in with them contracts now. But back in the day they didn't, but now they do. But like I said before, it's all about when you was born.
right. Well, it
So,
sounds like they should have chose football
but
based off the contracts we was hearing earlier. Sheesh.
hey,
they don't
them
get hit
cats,
with a
a lot
chair
of them cats
football.
tried to play football, didn't make it. They had to do something else. They still wanted to be some kind of athlete. And, you know, you got to do something. What you? How you think them figure skaters feel? Them Olympic skaters after they finish doing that Olympics, don't you know your next job is called a Disney character? That's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be
And they still
Disney on
gonna make
ice.
hold on. And they still gonna make more than somebody taking hella chairs for 30 some years based off what okay.
You
I saw
you
the
could
chair
have.
coming. I saw it coming. I saw it coming.
You got I mean, I'm just saying, man, is the math ain't mathing. I know we need to call this we need to have a segment called the chair. That's what it is. When there's something out of pocket, somebody out of pocket, we gotta bring the
The chair.
chair. Hey, it was just here right now. I had stuff sitting on it. That was the funny part. But we was right
It's
here when
just
we started talking about
like
wrestling.
it's all about what year you was born and what occupation you chose. You know,
That's a
yeah.
shame.
So you got some cats that I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say it. Some people out here taking chairs in the streets. You know what I'm saying? They out here living their life like it's WWF. They out here jumping off of stages and shit for nothing, crashing out as they call it.
I hear you, but it still sounds like I'm just saying, and I don't, because I
Hey,
don't know
hey,
if
like I
dude
said,
ever
he
come
could have
across
just
it.
had a regular job for 4 years. For
Yeah,
4 years, he
Had
would
that.
have accumulated $200,000.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, for the person that wasn't able, because again, if you're gonna get hit like that, it got to be for something. So for the person that actually got hit like that and didn't walk away with at least an M, that's crazy. It's ridiculous. I couldn't do it. As soon as I saw, and that's what I mean. I don't care what contract you at the point when you knew that was part of it. Like, hold on, we gotta like I said, we gotta add a few more zeros onto that. Something.
And like I said, I
Like,
blame
you get enough
management
more money
and
rapping.
your agent. So whoever you got working your money deals out ain't looking out for their benefit and ain't looking out for your benefit, because 10% of 100,000 over 30 years ain't shit.
Come on.
How
I'm just
can I eat? I can't buy a house off that. I'm
hey man,
getting,
didn't
I'm
John
getting,
didn't John Cena put out a rap CD? Didn't he put out a rap album or something?
yeah, he put out an album. He got albums out.
I bet you he made chair money. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. I'm what from now on I'm gonna just refer to it as chair money. That's crazy.
Cheer money.
You feel me? Because I remember he dropped a CD or something, or he put a song out. I'm just saying, like that's crazy. Like it's, but then
Well,
he's one of the few wrestlers, like you said too, when it comes to, with any other business too, though, even if it's being a professional athlete or anything else, with branding, some people, like you said, they were more marketable and able to make more money, for the brand in other ways, which made sense. Cause yeah, I feel sorry for the ones that,
well, I'm gonna end this on how much money these people make with these last three. Kevin Nash net worth is only $4 million. The man who started the NWO, but Kevin Nash was 7 foot. He don't. He had to get hit with chairs to get beat. And he always had bad legs because they was fucking his legs up. Now we go, where is the other one? We go, dude who's X-Pac. The 1-2-3 Kid is only worth $500,000.
I didn't even think he'd be worth that much.
All that
I thought he'd
DX
be
shit.
in rehab.
And
right.
then the last one, the man who was in that company that started all that chair shit, ECW, Taz, the human suplex machine, is worth $3 million.
That's respectable.
No, it's not.
He's still on that chair. He's still on the chair.
No, I'm just saying compared to like we talked about overall compared to some of the other people, depending on how long their career was, like that's a lot of wear and tear on your body. And that's why, like I said too, whether it's steroids or even other stuff, like you said, like we was talking about Jake the Snake and other people, you gotta think when they talk about that drug use, it had to do with, the toll it was taking on their body from, what I'm saying? Just going through all that shit. When you think about it, shit. I mean, that's why I said at least health insurance. I mean, shit, because based off of some of them and what they went through, we talking about a easy $1 million or $2 million or so getting spent on health insurance.
When I was hearing any of the ones that had $1 million, those was shocking to me. I knew Ric Flair didn't have no money, but hearing them with Ford and all that, because I knew that they were getting got on their contracts because you was trying to get on the WWE because that was the hottest circuit. Everything else you wasn't even paying. Even when you saw how they were going to Japan, they're getting like $400 a month.
Right. But see, we was talking about how like too, when you look at Triple H and he's worth 200 and some million right now. But yeah, like you said, Ric Flair.
Hey, Ric Flair ain't worth 500.
Yeah, people playing with the money, man.
One nigga
People
was tricking, one nigga played pimping.
Okay. Okay.
Triple H made an investment.
I heard that. I should have been investing in shares.
Triple H didn't drink, do drugs, none of that. So he always looked at everything with a clear eye. He seen Stephanie was open. Her dad runs all this. I, I want to be I want to be a close to a billionaire myself. Let me get in where I fit in. Oh, she ended up being a cool bride anyway. You know what I'm saying? They chilling. They get to be fucked up all they want to. And now he running. Vince is out the way. Vince don't own it no more because he got caught. He got caught giving $21 million for pussy and hush money for girls because he had one girl in the office letting dudes that was the camera crew coming in and shit on her head and shit.
And them niggas out there taking chairs to the face, and he's spending the extra money on Michigan shit. Like,
he between four women, $24 million and $24 million in hush money between four women. Signed NDAs and shit about rape and everything. 4 women, 24 million.
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to know who
Because he was telling, and the one girl, she got like 18 million because he was telling her, writing in the text messages, shit, come on baby, I just want you to fuck 3 black guys and while I watch, and after the 3 black guys ravage you, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna come and jerk off on you. I'm gonna come come and nut all in your face just because, baby. You know what I'm saying? Said he gets a kick out watching niggas take her down. But 21 million of that, and they got him ousted out the company. That's how UFC Dana White and them was able to come and buy the WWF for $4 billion.
Damn.
We invested in the wrong business. I'm just saying, you got people jumping around doing the most for the least.
For
You
least,
understand?
yeah.
Hey,
Like, doing the most for the least.
hey, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tripping off 30 years and your so-called network is this, but Ric Flair also had a lot of medical conditions because he had heart attacks and shit. So you know that they ate up that money along with the women and shit. But it's
That's
a
why
cold one, man. It's a
they was
cold one.
supposed to have medical cover though.
Hey, you know he got some help from WWF. They helped him out. But you know now he the spokesman for some shit called Woo Energy. Yeah, he wooed out. He even got weed. He got some woo weed.
If somebody tell me who weed, I'm gonna think about the woo block.
Right.
For real.
Hey, see, he need to come sponsor. He need to come sponsor some niggas that was on that made real money on the woo block. Yeah, you know
The woo woo woo. Woo woo.
shit. Because that woo block will have you wooed out when you finally get caught when you wasn't expecting to get caught, and you have to spend that woo night in that woo jail.
I wouldn't give a damn. I go back. I go back for 30 days, 30 nights of that right now. I need it. Look, I changed the game. I just need to hop in the quick little time machine and just you feel me?
Hey, if I was a pro wrestler and I could go make an appearance to make what I used to make in one night,
30 days, man.
please call me so I could come out and just wave to the crowd and get $45,000 for the night for just waving to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because I could use that. I'll even do it right now. I'll just wave to the crowd for 45,000. You want Stent Beef to come through a walkthrough? Yeah, hell yeah. I'll walk through your club for 45,000. It's
Uh,
not a problem. Say a couple of words to the crowd.
well, we
Let's
know you.
do it.
We know
Booster
you.
Take Show. I'm here. It's Beefy McFly, your guy from the Booster Take Show. You know, I just came to do this thing to make everybody have them a good time. We gonna drink up. We gonna introduce ourselves to these ladies, and then at the end of the night, we gonna have our shark fin right, and then we gonna do what the hell we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it all boost. Peace, love, and hair grease. And then I'm out. Give me my 40. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my 40. My 40 should have been in there before I even came there because it was wired to me a week before I even made this appearance. Because that's how money work now. We ain't gotta wait for a motherfucker to cut the check. The check get wired. Send it.
Right.
It's all kind of, you can Zelle me, Cash App, Venmo.
I can
You
dig.
know, let's make this shit happen. Turn this shit up. But let's give, because we've been going and we've been going
What?
and we've been going.
What you ready
I
to
wanted
go?
to, because I didn't get Brother John's. We need you to give we need you to give five Bay Area hip hop stars. Hip hop. 5 of them. But you cannot name. You might want to write these down. You cannot name these 15. You cannot name E40.
Oh,
You cannot name Mac Dre, Too Short, MC Hammer, The Jacka, Spice One, Mac 10 from Totally Insane, um, Andre Nicotina, um, damn, Locksmith,
What is it? Coog Nut?
Messy Marv, Cool Nut,
who?
Messy Mark.
Messy Marv, Cool
Okay.
Nut,
Okay.
um, Yuck Mouth,
Russell.
and La Russell.
And I don't remember.
All right. Saphir.
Okay. Digital Underground. That was the 15. That's Digital Underground. So you say Saphir,
Boots, E-Rock, and Pam the Funkstress.
Pam the Funkstress, Bootsy Rock,
Mm-hmm. Saphir. Hieroglyphics. What is it? They're a group. They're not an individual. You want the individuals, huh?
Well, you could. Hey, we got Digital Underground, so you could do it.
Okay. Hieroglyphics.
It
What
was
that
based
for?
top 5.
But I couldn't name nobody else, right?
No, you couldn't name them ones. You had to come with a 5 other than.
Okay, Saphir.
So you got
Boots,
Saphir.
E-Rock, what is that? What's the name of that group? The Root? No, wasn't the Roots. What was it?
What?
What song they do?
Cool.
The Cool. Thank you. All right, so Saphir, Cool, Hieroglyphics. Did you already say Dale?
No.
Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. And Plan B.
All right, that's your 5.
That's a dope fight.
No, my 5 is E40. Matt Dre. Yeah.
So, but now that's just it's too many styles that just come out of their area. You know what I'm saying? That is some vicious ass shit.
Hey, you remember there was this song? It was these two black dudes called Party Rock, and they were like, "Let everybody party rock tonight," and all that. It was like some white people, but they were rapping, but it was really for like white people. They were called like the Party Rockers. It was like LFO or whatever. Whatever this is, this was a Diamond song, and they're from Oakland. Or somebody was telling me one day, I was like, oh, it is just like how you're just saying so many different genres and all that shit that come out of the town.
Right, like what was the other group? What am I forgetting? That was from Vallejo. Because they was the first ones out of there to go big before 40.
Back to the hotel.
Back to the hotel. In too deep.
There we go.
In too deep.
Somebody told me Miami the Most was part of N2D.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, yeah, but like you said too, it is just a lot. It just all depends on, like you said, what we were basing it off of. Because I was doing some research on it, and since we brought this up, and I remember when y'all was like when I first mentioned Hammer, but you know he just released some new stuff, right?
Who did?
Look, y'all
Hammer.
got so y'all make sure that when we done, y'all go check out and go type in MC Hammer, You Are Everything. And there's a video that they released, a song they released right at the end of December. You know what I mean? But he's still active, running around, you know. But like I was saying, we were just, you know, as far as what he did to now, you know what I mean? Like I was looking at that, you know, the bouncing back. I was looking at a couple of other artists too. Cause like when I was mentioning LaRussell, you know, when you talk about net worth, he worth 3 to 5 million, and that was as of the end of last year. But you know, when you start looking at the different ways, like we were saying too, you know, the Bay Area, the West Coast too, we've always been known for, you know, being independent and the hustle and, you know, business savvy, different stuff. But in comparison to what 40 and what Too Short did, and even Mac Dre, because all three of them did it at different times. You know what I mean? Overall, from an independent level, a couple other people did it too. You know, we can mention those names, but those are the ones as far as solo artists that we was naming that did it. But Russell is one of the other ones right now. When you look at the net worth and the fact that it's all independent, you know what I mean?
Hammer net worth is $2 million.
Huh?
MC Hammer net worth is $2 million.
Right, but he wasn't independent though. And he had it and come on, man. Hammer ain't in that conversation.
He had it and he fucked it off.
No, he didn't take care of his people, man. I'm just saying he bounced back too. So we come on.
What happened to your million you had?
Huh?
Mine?
What happened to your million? Yeah.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
That's it. It's just gone. Ain't
It's
no
gone.
explanation.
That's it. It's straight gone. That's it.
And how fast did you get that million to fuck it off though?
All right, man. It was all a blur. It was all a blur.
Especially like you said, when you look at where we at, like that's what I'm trying to say too. We looking at those numbers, but we know that that's not really that's money, but it's not in today's economy, and not in the
Say
region.
Yuck Mouth supposedly only worth 1 million too.
Yeah, I mean that's you know if that, but then I mean like I said, it was he had the right. Do you got to remember he was the deal with Rap a lot, different stuff, and you know
I'm
we
trying to look up Selsky's net worth. Okay.
well he didn't mention because did who mentioned who was Young Mouth was in that top five? Didn't somebody mention
I mentioned him.
or no?
Yeah, I mentioned
Okay, so no, I'm just saying
him.
he was going. We looked up. I mean, we mentioned.
Yeah, that was
I
one of
tried.
my top five.
Hey,
Andre
anybody say
Nickatina
delinquents?
worth 500,000.
No, because we were. I mean, when he said the top five, and like that's what I was asking because I gave my top five based off of different stuff. Some of it had to do with. I mean, like we said, of course, we talking about the overall rapping and stuff too, but you know, the other, what separated them from the rest. You know, overall, who did what, and over a period of time. You know,
Man, E40's net worth is 15 million. That's cool. And he ain't get hit with no chairs.
No
and
chairs.
No chairs.
yeah,
Yeah.
but but that's off the music, right? Or is we talking about the burritos and the wine and the
That's just the net worth. It just say net worth.
yeah,
And say he has amassed wealth primarily through his successful career as a rapper, with additional income from business ventures and endorsements. So
right.
it's mainly from the rap and then the business ventures. So they just sprinkled in a little help. But
Part the spot too. So don't
that's what it is about though. I mean, it's like this. You put in a lot of dedication and then somehow you get some shit to work your way and you pay for certain shit because especially like when you start getting them deals, they pay them stations to play your tunes and make your that's what help you get your money up even more because they want their investment back that they fucked off in on you and they don't want to pay you as much as you would make. It's good that man LaRussell is doing what he doing. He earned his money off doing them backyard concerts. Good hustle, good concept. Came in original about something, made his own shows. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can't knock it. You can't. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, in the music he doing, he ain't out here trying to portray to be something that he ain't. He out here. He did. Man, I came up from the struggle. Like he said, what he say? I had a photo mug and I was mobbing. I lost my job. I had to give it up. You know what I'm saying? It was like, just real life shit. I did a show, nobody showed. I was hurting. I felt like I hurt the crew. Who the fuck did I hurt? No, who do you hurt? You. If for a nigga who's starting out rapping, when you did your first shows, you like niggas ain't shit. I thought motherfuckers are supposed to be my niggas. Y'all ain't nobody show up.
and it's a trip too because that's like you said. Like for him, that's what makes him stand out. But I tried to, shout out to the boy though. I tried to look up. I couldn't find it though. Locksmith. You know what I mean? But again, that's just like I said, raw talent. When I was putting him in there too, like that was, I felt that, just like I said, lyrically, he was different. And he showed a different side out here. Uh, but yeah, the rest of them, like I said, they business wise as well as I mean, even when we talk about him, a lot of the artists that we name collectively from Digital Underground. You know what I mean? Everybody that we mentioned, period, that was out before, out in the 80s and 90s, from an independent standpoint, they set the tone for a lot of it business wise. You know what I mean? Because region was built off of every single one of
Every single person, that 20 people that was named,
them. Yeah,
and the two groups have all basically did legendary shit. The
right.
Coop, the Coop, straight bars. All they do is they spit bars. You know,
And
uh,
doing
you
other
got
stuff.
the
Wasn't Boo's been doing film
hey.
from the coop? He even directed a few films.
That's see, still making it happen, making
Yeah,
shit happen.
I'll look the names of them up. You know what I mean, and send them to y'all. So you can check it out. But yeah, he had put out this a couple movies that was on. Like when Hulu was first kicking off, and
Hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, so he got some movies. I'm trying to remember his what the actor's name is. It's a black dude, and he was getting popular and a bunch of stuff. I gotta look it up. But if you go in there and search his name, I mean, like I said, just Google to tell you what movies he directed.
yeah, that's what up there. See, and then
He
like
was,
Creep said,
he was
Yuck
that's
Mouth,
like I was saying
you,
too. He was somebody.
Yuck Mouth style and that originality with his delivery and his flavor, doing like the I got five on it. Every verse he was doing on that Loonies, he was coming hard to where Jay Prince heard him in the studio and said I had to sign him right then and right there. I needed him. You know what I'm saying? I needed that guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Yuck mouth. It's cats that try to rap like that ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? John, you
Yuck
just
Mouth had
said
Tech
you just
Nine.
said Dale the funky homo sapien. Dale the funky homo Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina. Mr.
Bob
Bob
Davalina.
Dabalina. You know what I'm saying? That shit was tight. And he had Tony on his album. Rest in peace to Dwayne Wiggins.
Yeah, man. Shout out to his
You know?
family, his family, and so my
Hmm.
singer
The
and Frank who was part of Tony,
shit.
Tony, everybody else, Raphael Sadiq, and hey, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But we weren't talking about R&B or any. I mean, if we would have been talking about music in general, it would have been a whole different list. But we was talking
Shit.
about because it's
Man,
a lot.
the whole thing is this is what I'm just saying. The only reason I came up with it is just this. The Bay Area is one of the hardest regions to come up in as far as doing hip hop. So
Yeah,
when you do break through, when somebody does break through, you gotta you gotta pay attention to it because for that person to break through, they had to put in hella effort because it's so many barriers that's put up to keep you from doing certain shit. And then when you find out, when most people find out how much money it really costs to get yourself successful, it's kind of disheartening because it's like them wrestlers, like how them wrestlers only getting a certain amount of dollars to a couple of beers in a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? To do they matches, nigga. Rappers coming up is doing shows, hoping they sell a ticket for maybe a 2 for 2. Back when they had 2 for 2s, which is not even possible anymore. But you know what I'm saying?
what you talking about, right?
So, but I'm just saying, and then you got some cats that's been doing that's been rapping for 25 years and not on the Yuck Mouth, not on the Selski, not on them level, and accumulated 200,000 throughout they rapping since 1994. Uh, So when you love it, you ain't tripping off it. But at a certain time, when does what you love get old? And you need to be getting paid for it. John, what you say about that?
Hold on, real quick.
I was trying to remember. I'd came across a cat who actually was going overseas with his music to make his money. And I couldn't think of his name, but he couldn't sell here, so he would, tour France, um, England, and Japan is what I remember.
Yeah,
He probably make decent money, but mm, the guy's name just escapes me. But anyways, I'm sorry about that. You'd ask me what was I thinking about. What One of the things is this isn't like when you look at the Bay Area, yeah, we have a music scene, but the things that support the music isn't here. So it's like, for someone to really make it and all of that, you gotta kind of do the LA kind of thing and all of that. Because I remember being in college, and when the girls want to start singing and all of that, first thing they're doing is they're getting those trips to LA that they never want to. When they come back, they don't want to tell you about what happened, which makes you realize what happened.
do something strange for a promise of some change, and it didn't happen, and you never got that deal, and you never went and
Hmm.
seen the studio at all. You know, but you got a deal. Peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I went to San Francisco State, and it seemed like that was the come up, where it was just cats, oh, you're gonna be a model, or oh yeah, you're gonna sing, and then they ship them up to LA, and when they come back, they ain't got nothing to say.
yeah, might have got something else. That's the
And
shit that,
that's the ones that did come back.
yeah.
Yeah, that part.
And some made 100,000, some didn't make none. But it's a cold deal, and it's a cold one. I'm gonna be signing off in a brief moment, and I'd like to thank you guys for coming and joining this conversation that has been pretty eventful and pretty funny at the same time, but always being honest and being truthful about the shit. Next time we'll see whoever joins, because I was I just can't get into the topic right now because I got to go back to my notes, and I have to tweak a few things. But I just want to leave a bug in everybody's ear because I am Safety Guy McFly, and I leave this note for every single human being on planet Earth and to the intergalactic that's listening on planet wherever the fuck. If you have to put your hands on he or she, you don't need to be with that person. If you have to get physical and it's not physically sex, if it's not about thrusting the pussy and she's gobbling dick and you sucking on titties and shit, you don't be needing to deal with that bitch. And I'm gonna call her a bitch, and I'm gonna call the dude a bitch. Whoever the one that's getting their ass whooped, or whoever's doing the hands bleeding, leave that shit alone. Because nobody needs to be in a relationship where one morning you wake up in the jail, possibly stabbed in a hospital, or these things because it's not worth it. As we said on a previous podcast of the Booster Take Show on the episode, that there is over 3 billion women on planet Earth. And 1.65 billion of them are single, and 1 billion of them are straight, just only take dick. So, with that being said, for you and for whoever else out there is a chance for you to mess with a different person and be happy and be fruitful and to make your life better. Do not fuck with somebody who makes you angry, has you regretting coming into the house, have you needing to have a drink just to be around them. A person that makes you have to use drugs. You're not using drugs and doing things for the fun. It's because it's a need. You have to eliminate them type of people out your life because it's not safe. It's very dangerous. And you could lose your life, they could lose their life, and now it's a whole nother angle because there might be kids involved. Especially if there's kids involved, for the kids' safety and for your betterment and for everybody else's betterment, leave that situation the fuck alone. That's your safety guy, McFly, and that's your safety tip for the day. So please pay attention, because you might need to hear that. Peace, love, and hair grease. See you guys later.